I'm Daniel. I'm 18 years old from Galilee. My dad was killed by the Romans, and I watched that. My mom died from grief. So now it's just my sister, Leah, and my grandmother and me. My grandmother takes care of my sister. I live on the top of a mountain. A lot of my friends are rebels, and Rosh is our leader. We want to kill the Romans. So I had a surprise visitor today, Simon. We were both blacksmiths and apprentices. He came to tell me that Amalek had died so I could go back to the village. I couldn't believe how much Leah had grown, and my grandmother was so glad to see me. It was sad to see the condition my family was in, and we didn't have much food. It made me want to go back to the mountain. Today was the Sabbath, and I went to the synagogue with Simon. They had a guest speaker, Jesus. He used to be a carpenter, but now he's a preacher. Jesus seemed intense but gentle with his words. I was disappointed that he didn't say anything about fighting the Romans. Oh, I'm so thirsty.
I'm a Roman soldier and I command you to give me water.
You want some water? I'll give you some water.
How dare you!
Yep, I got stabbed by a Roman soldier. So I went back to Joel's house to recover from my injury. Joel and his twin sister Thacia asked me why I hated the Romans so much. I told them about my parents dying and my sister going crazy, all because of the Romans. Joel and Thacia were furious. They wanted to join me in God's victory to fight the Romans. When it is time for Joel to come to the mountain, I will leave him a symbol, a bronze bow. I recently found out that my grandmother is dying, and Leah and I sat next to her while she was dying. After the funeral, Simon told me he was following a guy named Jesus. He asked me to take over the blacksmith shop, and there's a house behind it that me and Leah can live in. So there's nobody to take care of Leah, so I told him I would. Rosh won't be happy, but it's the best thing I can do for my family. While working at Simon's blacksmith shop, I made some new friends. I even recruited some new people to help fight the Romans. I think Rosh will be proud of me. We made a club, and the password is the bronze bow. A lot of my friends are talking about Jesus and his sermons. All of my friends were going to hear him speak, so I decided to go. I started going every day. I wish Jesus and Rosh would get along and fight the Romans. Is it possible that Jesus is the Messiah? I used to think Rosh was, but he just uses people and steals. But Jesus teaches us to love one another. I just don't see how I could love a Roman soldier after what he's done to my family.
Hey guys, look. It's a letter addressed to me from Rosh. It's an assignment. He wants me to find out the names of the people attending the banquet and what time they will all be there.
It's too risky. You'll be a future rabbi one day.
I have an idea. I'll dress up as Joel, and then Daniel, you'll come with me on the assignment.
Good idea.
You know, Daniel, Jesus' teachings have helped me understand that people don't have to wait for God's kingdom in order to know that God loves them. God loves each person right now. Perhaps even Romans could understand that.
Romans? I don't think so. You know, Thacia, thank you for helping Leah with everything. She's been really blossoming. I made this bronze bow for you.
Thank you, Daniel. It's beautiful. You know, you should be a silversmith. You know, I've been thinking, Jesus could come to see Leah and heal her.
I've been thinking that same thing. I cannot believe this. Joel's captured. I'm furious. Dacia's furious. I went to talk to Rosh. He could care less. He said to me that it's probably his own fault for getting captured. I finally know Rosh for who he is. He only uses people and doesn't care about people. I'm thankful to be back in the blacksmith shop now that Joel's free. I've been doing a lot of thinking. I used to think that living by the sword was the best life, but Jesus' word and everything that's happened recently makes me wonder if that is the best way. Jesus said, "They who live by the sword will perish by the sword." Today, I finally got to meet Jesus. I told him everything. He explained to me that hate is the enemy, not people. Killing doesn't eliminate hate, it just causes more hate. The only thing stronger than hatred is love. Jesus asked me to follow him. At first I was excited. I thought I would get to fight for Jesus, but he corrected me and said that he wants me to follow him with love. This has been the most amazing day of my life. A few days ago, Leah's goat died. Then, Leah had a fever and she was about to die. I sent word to Thacia about Leah dying. Thacia comes to see Leah, and guess what? She brought Jesus with her. He sits down beside Leah and me. Then he heals her. It was at that moment I gave my heart to Jesus. I forgave the Romans. No more fighting.